Welcome back. Well, as promised, we have Ms. Amisha Vora, MD and Chairperson at Prabhudas Lilladher, who joins us at the Bombay Stock Exchange. Hi, Amisha. Always good speaking to you. Well, thanks so much for joining in on our special day, first of all. And what's the outlook first in terms of market? Some part of the market believes we are overheated. On the headline index, what's your take?
First and foremost, I can't start without wishing you all a very happy birthday.
Thank you.
To CNBC entire team who made it such a big brand for all and everyone who participate or yet to think of participate in the markets. CNBC is a must.
Thanks so much, Amisha, for your support over the years.
Really congratulations to the entire team to bring it up to this.
Thanks for your support and your good wishes.
Coming to the markets, Nigel, my view is that right now India is one of the best performing markets, and that itself brings a bit of a momentum. So I think that beginning of next year also, flows will continue to be positive.
Okay.
As we go into the year, I feel challenges coming up because one of the other markets, which is China, has hugely not performed. But there is a good possibility that a bit of bottom fishing may start when it is just trading at, say, 4-5 PE while we are at whatever 21-22 PE. So a bit of shift in the middle of the year is one possibility, or any time during the year is what I see. Also, I feel that till now what we are seeing is largely the urban recovery happening.
Right.
But rural recovery has evaded us.
Yes.
Despite a good monsoon, we lost a lot of crop again last time because of El Nino. And I think that next year we should see the rural economy supporting us.
Okay.
While exports will be a challenge.
Right.
So I think all in all, we will continue to see a positive market. I don't see huge cuts,
Yes.
but a range-bound market.
Okay.
So a stock picker's delight.
All right, then let's get straight to those stocks then. And as you mentioned, a very valid point, urban India is rocking, but rural India, there's still pockets of pain. Now, before we talk about 2023, to the end of 2022, everyone's full up in terms of travel, tourism. You're struggling to get a room at various places as well. This theme is clearly booming. But from a stock market perspective, how do you play it? Do you play it by the aviation companies, the hotel industry, or do you have another thought in mind?
So the best, one of the best ways we think is playing it by the back companies, that is the travel back companies, which are more like a B2C.
Yes.
But beyond that, very light in terms of their capital requirement, very good balance sheet, free cash generating, and we'll see fantastic growth ahead. So VIP and Safari continue to be our amongst our top picks, and we see them almost, more than doubling their profits in next 3 years.
Okay.
But apart from that, I think particularly for hotel sector, they will have the phenomenal run continuing because the supply is not going to increase overnight.
Yes.
So for next 2 to 3 years, they will have occupancies rising, room rates rising, and so with top line, the EBITDA margins growing.
Right.
So Lemon Tree is one of the preferred picks that we have amongst the sector.
Okay, all right. So you've given us a few picks out there, and that's a valid reason of valid way of playing this entire unlock theme. If you have to travel, you require the bag, so you're going for VIP as well as Safari. Got that. And Lemon Tree from the hotel space. Now the other fear is that the domestic flows have been very solid. But now maybe there'll be some kind of deviation to fixed income, maybe to the real estate space as well. Given that sort of a mindset, one would have to be reasonably positive on the real estate theme. How do you play that? Do you play it by the listed real estate themes, the financiers, or the ancillaries? That's the pipes, the building materials, and the likes.
So I think that, particularly building material is a much better way to play it. Once again, they are consumer brands. For example, if I take a brand or a name like Kajaria,
Okay.
so it's a market leader,
Right.
growing very well, but faced huge challenge because their raw material supplies and cost of production went totally haywire last year. As we go into next year, and from here, they've not lost their market share, only the cost structure is disturbed.
Yes.
As it comes back into place, I think the stock should start doing very well.
Okay.
And so also we are very bullish on some of the pipe companies, Astral Pipe and others. So I would rather play it through the home improvement or building material supply companies, this entire real estate play.
Okay, interesting one out there. Amisha, we've been asking everyone about what to buy, but what to sell. What are you fairly cautious on? You know, I think bulk of the market is a little bit cautious about the globe, and India should do well. If that is the case, then what would you be a little bit cautious on? IT, metals, or are you all positive post the recent correction?
Look, IT and metal in terms of a little bit they have derated already.
Yes.
So, and people accordingly have gone almost underweight, so to say. So I wouldn't advise further underweight.
Okay.
But I think that, you know, one has to be slightly cautious on one ground. That last quarter, some of the best performing banks, I think, saw their best NIM. As we move forward, their costs will catch up faster.
Right.
And the excess CD ratios that they had, which gave them cushion on NIM, which will go away. So the NIM will not expand from here, though credit growth is good. But you've already been valued at 2.5, 3 book.
Yes.
So I think in terms of leadership, in terms of performance of the stock, what performed the best last year, that leadership will shift to maybe somebody like HDFC Bank post the merger and other overhang gets settled.
Okay.
So from, I think that within the sector there will be a little bit of switch. Also within the financials, I still continue to maintain that it's not the NBFC decade, it's more PSU Bank.
PSU Bank. Okay.
Because there is a deep value. It's always not an investment call because of, we know the government, I mean the management structure.
Yes.
But right now it is in deep value zone still, and they will continue to perform.
PSU banks, you all have been positive and you believe there is still value out there.
Correct.
Well, Amisha, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much for coming down, speaking to us here at the Bombay Stock Exchange and running us through a whole host of stocks, whether it was travel, building materials, or even the PSU banking names. Well, guys,
thank you.
That was good chat that we had with Amisha. Back to you guys in the studio, and I'll come back to you for more.
Thank you very much for that. And she also said that in the coming year, perhaps we will see rural demand pick up while exports slow down. And that was a theme even Morgan Stanley highlighted when they upgraded